Wow,
7
man.
years, damn near. So it's like he's right, and there's incredible talent. So it's not the talent. It's not the talent. I don't know. You can blame it on whatever you want, but you can't blame the talent.
No.
And you can't blame the people, or even some people, you can't even blame the work ethic.
At the time of this recording, Taylor Swift is finishing her three-day stint.
3 days.
70,000 people.
Plus the field.
Three different groups. Oh, God.
Plus the field.
Yeah.
3 different groups of 70,000 people have come to see her, right? I saw downtown Nashville go all in for Taylor Swift. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Because, I have so much more respect for her. Because her music I probably listen to everything, but her music never really crossed my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with it. It's just never really crossed. I know a few songs. But to see that her power boost an economy when she come into town.
Yes.
I DJ'd last night. The bar had Taylor Swift specials.
Yeah.
They were welcoming these people.
Man.
And every bar across the whole Broadway was banging Taylor Swift. The cover bands had to add Taylor Swift in their shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Crazy.
And so me seeing that and seeing Nashville, I'm like, this is needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is needed for Taylor. Like, if this is built for that, I'm not mad at it being built for that.
Right.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
That I was holding resentment to Nashville for so long. For so long. Because there are things that Nashville has not done right by my people. For sure. That's historic. We call this place Music City, and these people don't know why. If they knew it was Music City because it was black,
Yes.
conversation would be real different. There should be a statue of the Jubilee Singers downtown.
It should be.
Without a doubt.
There should be a statue of Dr. Kwame downtown.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they won a Grammy, it should have been a parade down Broadway. Music City's sake won the biggest award in music.
Facts.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
I hold resentment for Nashville for not doing that. I always will. But I'm not going to hold a resentment toward the business as much anymore. Because I see the beauty in because Taylor Swift is appreciated here.
Yeah.
You can do something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that away from Taylor. That's beautiful. That's amazing. She gets to be 70 years old and remember that.
For sure.
Her children get to be like, Mama, you shut the city down.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's incredible.
Where is that for us where we can do that? Where will, as a producer who does hip hop and R&B, where will I be appreciated where I can impact a community in that way?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be here in time. It's not here right now.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Hey.
We are here.
Man.
We are here, man.
Indeed.
Welcome.
This is beautiful. I think before we even kick it off, like I was still like laughing off of what we were talking about with like losing your ring.
Oh yeah. It's a real thing.
You cannot lose that ring, bro.
Nah.
Have you had that experience yet?
I get mine in August.
You get yours in August.
Yeah.
Unless you want to keep it on at all times.
I can't wait to be accountable.
Bro, for the first like month, I didn't shower in it, and then I would sometimes just forget that it was sitting out. And now I was like, it's gold. I can
It's
shower
real.
in it. It's
It's
okay.
real.
It'll be fine. Like, but I forgot that at first, and and honestly, it's funny. I used to mess with her, hound her a little bit whenever she wouldn't wear her engagement ring, but now I get it.
Oh no, there's still no excuse.
No, you say that, but but that's the thing, because you haven't had to wear one. And then like you take it off and you'll be like, you just go about your day.
I know what compassion is.
That's fair.
I don't care though. You don't know what I had to do to pay for that.
No, and look.
I need to see that present.
Listen, I had that conversation many times. I was, but it's like, I guess to an extent I understand. And now she wears it for like occasions and stuff, so it's cool, And it's like it's a nice little piece, but like it gets to the point where it ain't that deep no more. It definitely was at first.
Yeah,
definitely was at first. Like,
yeah,
first like 6
serious
months,
thing, bro. Like I was telling you, like off camera, just like that look my woman to give me, like if I just did not come out the house with that ring on,
bro.
It's different, bro.
Honestly, it's funny because I don't know how often. Sometimes I don't know how often I do or don't have it on.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just be going about my life, and I don't know if she does or doesn't notice.
Man.
But
You ever put your rings on a chain?
I'm thinking about doing that.
When I was a little kid, I did that. But I was like, dang, bro, that shit was kind of corny. Like my pops made me do that shit. Like, but it was so like I was a kid, so it was like he didn't want me to lose it. So
that's fair.
I think when we reach our like it's 10 years, you get a new ring. I put the old one on the chain.
Oh,
that's
cool.
hard.
That's cool.
That's hard. That's swaggy.
That actually is.
I like that.
That's cool.
Think about doing that.
That's tight.
I'm coming up on an upgrade. Like she's kind of giving me that nudge of like, hey, it's about almost that time. So let's get to looking.
Hard.
Because we had our 5-year anniversary.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you,
bro. 5 in the game.
I want to emphasize that this man had 2 birthdays and an anniversary in the span of 36 hours.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh like it's kind of wild. Like when I had proposed to her, bro, it was just the day before my birthday. It was just how I was feeling. Like it's, when you get that feeling of like, man, like that's the one.
Yeah. It
just so happened to be that's when I got the courage to do it, and so did that. We ended up getting married. Well, actually, no. I proposed to her on my birthday. We got married the day before my birthday. And so then the next day was my birthday. She was 2 days like after my birthday. So I'm the 27th of April. She's the 29th. And our anniversary is April 26th.
That's actually really beautiful and genius.
Yeah.
You can kind of
package deal love. That is what we strive for. The package deal love.
I spread my shit just far enough out. Just far enough out. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Mine's 1 week. And that week counts.
That's fine. For sure.
And really, like, it's really almost a month if you count the 11th being the actual anniversary. But we got married the 26th, and her birthday's on the 2nd. But we got married, like, legally on the 11th. So it's like, now she wants, 2 anniversaries in November and her birthday in December. Christmas is 3 weeks away. And then we started dating on Valentine's Day. I'm talking about I save up for 8 months to celebrate for 3.
So do you all still celebrate the day y'all got together after being married? So
I haven't got there yet.
In my mind, the new anniversary.
Yeah, I did. No. We still do.
Oh, you still do? Okay.
Well, it's Valentine's Day, so I don't have it like.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm double down.
Shot yourself in the nose,
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah. Our first date was on Valentine's Day. It's like
I know. For me, we just took over and started celebrating like the marriage. So like, I know in some relationships they do still value like the day that we like met, but I know for me it was just like this was our mountaintop. So
yeah,
let's celebrate that. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
My wife, she's not hard to please, bro. It's really just she makes sure that I'm in my bag on Mother's Day. Yep. At least the anniversary or in that week, like go crazy in that week. And other than that, that's enough for her. Like
that's cool.
She's so down to earth that it's like, man, look, just show out on those, and we good.
Hard.
I'm looking forward to that Mother's Day thing whenever that comes. Because that's gonna be one of those that I feel like it's emphasized in my family. I'm surrounded by women in my family, and so it's really emphasized. Like Mother's Day is like, because we have Father's Day, but there's like my uncle and my grandpa, who and now I have a nephew now who was born in October. So my sister's boyfriend, I guess, gets a Father's Day this year. So but other than that, it's like mostly women. And so my sister's first Mother's Day is next week. I'm looking forward to like doing that. But whenever it's like my wife got a Mother's Day,
that's fire.
It's gonna be crazy. Like I can't explain it. Like that. That's something it's gonna be some time, but I'll be looking forward to that.
Man, that is beautiful, man.
Yeah,
that's very beautiful
for sure.
Yeah, man.
That's hard.
He an interesting fellow too. My nephew. Yeah, he an interesting fellow, bro. He big, bro. And not even like where it's like people like, oh, that's a big kid, but no, bro. He was born in October, and so that makes him like 6 full months, pretty much. 7 going on 7 months.
Gotta get him to do a drop for you.
I swear I will. No,
that'd be crazy.
But he's huge, bro. He was 6 months old wearing like year-old clothing.
Oh, so he's just like
he's big,
a big baby.
He's a big child. Like he's heavy. His head is big as hell.
Get him passed, bro. Get him ready.
His dad is 6'8", 350.
Oh, bro, that's the gold child. We out the hood. We are out the hood.
We made it.
We made it. That's it.
Yeah. No, he's going to be a linebacker.
All chips in.
Yeah, bro.
Oh no, baseball. Make him baseball.
I swear, yes, he's gonna be Aaron Judge.
Bro, this is a big ass dude. It's beautiful in baseball. You can be good 30% of the time and get $500 million.
Isn't it crazy?
Oh,
crazy.
You can get a hit once a game, but if it's a hit, you hit the motherfucker.
Bruh.
Especially if you pitching too. The pitching's the one that always kind of gets me. I ain't gonna lie. Not even the hitting, but the pitching.
Oh yeah, because I'm actually tonight. I planned on going on YouTube and typing in how a curveball works. Because I got MLB The Show, and I've been obsessed with that game. And like I'm pitching my ass off, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, how does this splitter work? Why is this curving this hard?
It's something to do with your knuckles. It's something to do with the way they hold the ball.
And I gotta see it.
I don't know the specifics. But.
I can't wait tonight to be like,
Got it down peg now.
you know, because I'll never throw one, but I just want. I just gotta know.
Bro, I tried to play baseball my senior year of high school. I was so bad, terrible.
Man,
I couldn't throw. I couldn't hit. I could hardly run. I couldn't do nothing.
Anything coming at you 99 miles an hour.
99, bro. We were a single A school.
Oh, you was hitting 60,
bro. Maybe. Made with aluminum bats, I wouldn't go in.
That boy had a school zone coming toward him.
Yeah, bro, it wasn't going fast at all. I just wasn't good. But they live in softballs. I'm still swinging half a second early.
Hilarious.
You know, they were like, maybe baseball's not for you. I was like, maybe it's not. You might be onto something.
So we all agree. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
We're out of here.
It's all good. I'll graduate knowing that. That's fine.
beautiful, beautiful.
That's funny.
So man, check, mic check 1, 2. We are back. Welcome to the Lost in the Sauce podcast, man. This is a special edition of the Lost in the Sauce podcast, man.
Yeah,
we're here in none other than the Shangri-La Studios. You know what I mean? Yeah. This has been long overdue, man. I respect these brothers so much. This is once in a lifetime opportunity, man. You know, we talked roughly about 6 months ago to one of these fellas, and it was about roughly a year ago with the other. And I got presented with the opportunity to get both of these gentlemen together, man. And so I think we're here today for something that is monumental, something that's very, very special. I have no idea what it is, so we're going to learn in real time. So I'm going to be able to get my honest reaction. And this is just beautiful, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we have none other than my man AB Eastwood here, and none other than Coleman the Wizard, mixed by Cole. Yes, sir.
Coleman the Wizard.
The Wizard.
And I think it's some that call you Lord AB Eastwood, if I'm not mistaken.
Legally, I'm Lord AB Eastwood.
How y'all been, man? How are y'all, bro? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's I think recently it's been heavy, but in like a growth way. You would agree?
100%.
Like
100%.
The purpose has shown itself like bold. Like here it is, and we're both like, oh, and so it's felt heavy, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to hear that call and to know without a doubt it's the call. And so it's been heavy to deal with, because now that you know it's the call, you know you can't be disobedient to that, and it's the execution part of it. It's the lifestyle, it's the commitment, it's the consistency, it's the adjustments, and you know you can't bullshit around it because you know it's real. You know something from above is reaching down and telling you this is where you need to go. And it's just been heavy. But I've been so free. I'm not chasing everything. That's the goal. And everything has been revealed in that pursuit. Man. Off the bat.
Off the rip.
That's heavy. How did this come to you? How did it reveal itself? What made itself plain?
Oh, brother, here we go. Circles. So the last time I did this 6 months ago, we were talking. The end of it, I got emotional just about realizing how I wanted to live my life. So what had happened was, you're familiar with the Fish Jubilee Singers.
Mm-hmm.
So the director, Dr. Kwame, I had just visited him on his deathbed before I came to you. And he was dying, and I just didn't want to spread that news early. And so he passed. And so I got emotional when I was up here because a question that I had been looking for an answer for hit me in a way I never thought. And it was, this is the result of a good man living a good life. He had a stroke, and he just really didn't have a lot of movement. He could look at you and, like, the Jubilee Singers, which was really cool, like, they know him so well. And so he could give them looks, and they laugh because they know what he means, right? But he was in his deathbed, and he was exhausted. He was exhausted because of so much love. So many people had came and visited him. He wasn't getting no rest. And I was like, that's the reward of a good life. That at the very end, you're exhausted with the love being reciprocated back to you. And I was on my drive back to you, like, resolving that in my mind. And I was like, that's how I have to live. And so I think that was the trigger of everything. I was already engaged by then. Yeah. The wedding planning had started, and I was like, dang, I'm really getting married. But then the test of, like, planning a wedding have started to come. He got married, and I was like, beautiful. Like, it's worth it because this is a beautiful, like, celebration.
Yes.
And so in search of, like, what this means, this step means, a new respect for responsibility kind of came. And it was like, I'm not okay with just this. And this being, like, where I was presently. Grateful for the things that I have and the things I'm able to do and the people I work with, but I just started getting the itch of, like, oh, no, you're worth more. Like, there's more you can do. There's bigger opportunity for you. And there's always been a battle with Nashville at times because I love all types of music, bro. I can make all types of music. I love pop. I love rock. I love country. I'll do that. I have no problem doing it. I love it. I am hip-hop and R&B. Like, I'm raised on that. Like, in my sleep, that's what you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I found myself just wanting to get closer again to that because I feel like these 2 years that we've had this place, I've been strengthening so many muscles in other spaces. And I'm so grateful for my team at Prescription for caring so much about development because even from the time that we talked 6 months ago, I wouldn't call myself a producer then. I would call myself that now because of what I know and how I know how to put things together.
Yeah.
Like, I know how to make a song now. I trust myself insanely. And it's like, man, like, I'm walking in my real purpose now with this music thing. And so with that, it started to come, where do you expand from here? Where do you go when you really start feeling alignment? And I have been traveling to LA back and forth for the last 2-3 years, and I've just really grown to love it. And beyond this music, but, like, just being out there, it's something about it I can't pinpoint. Like, obviously the weather's good. I think there's great food out there. My fiance's family's out there, so it's always cool to be around them. But it's something like, it was spiritual. Like, you need to be out here. And my bro Bobby, last time I was out there talking to him, I was expressing that, and he was like, "Bro, it sounds like you know what you need to do." And so I just been kind of wrapping my brain around what that looks like. And bro, I'm telling you, like, these last 2-3 weeks, God has been like, "Time's up."
Ooh.
And I was like, "Word." Because in my mind, I'm like, there's no way I can move to LA and plan a wedding at the same time. Like, I feel like there's a lot going on. But, like, this week, me and Laura have been sick. We've had some type of, which is crazy. We've had some type of sickness that we both have, but it isn't like COVID. It isn't a cold, and we couldn't define it. Like, what are we doing? We've had to sit with each other, be sick together, annoy each other.
Yeah.
But that time spent together, we really got a plan, and we were both like, it's time to elevate. It's time to expand. And so I would like to say that the trigger on like the attention to purpose is that I'm moving to LA next year. You know,
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. And it's just been it's beautiful, man. I was in LA last month at Prescription Studios out there, and bro, I compared to this one time in high school because I love hooping. I stepped onto the court, and it sounds so dramatic, but I stepped onto the court just hooping, man, because I love hooping with my friends. I love hooping, period. And I stepped onto I remember tying my shoe like behind the line, stepped in the lines, and it felt like I had my house shoes on. In the house, I'm like, bro, I'm so comfortable on this court. When I was out in LA this time, I was working, bro, I felt like I had my house shoes on.
Man.
I was like, oh, no, man.
Wow.
This is it. And not to leave Nashville. I love what I've done here, and I'm always be a part of what I've done here. But it's like, I need to be out here and learn. I need to be out here and be challenged.
Yeah.
I need to be out here and test my faith, you know?
Yeah.
For my music, but like for the family I want. Like, I want more. I want what I don't know I want. And it's been pointing that direction. And yeah, man, that's been my goal and start, because I know going out there isn't going to be just roses, clouds, or nothing, you know. But like, I want the challenge. I want the lows. I want the pain. I want the test of patience. Like, I want that. I know there's growth there, and I know how to maneuver Nashville really well now, which is what you do when you work hard at a place.
Yeah,
you know, I know how to do things. I know how to get things done here. Like, I want to do that in another place with more competition. I have to test that. I have to, you know, and I'm so excited to fail, knowing God would be like, oh, I didn't need you to fail. I just need you to take the leap. You know what I mean? But I'm excited to embrace whatever it is. And I know I'm in like it's scary how many things align. Just this conversation happened in 6 months. This very jersey of a Nashvilleian who moved to, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
I didn't wear this. I didn't wear this on purpose. You know, I was like closet. I changed clothes. I took a shirt off, put this shirt on, and just left the house. And then you said, hey, I like the Mookie Betts jersey. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, hey, full circle, bro.
I was like, oh. My MLB The Show team is the Dodgers. I don't know why I'm a Dodgers fan right now, bro. Yeah. I can't help it. I was like, dang, it's just cool. You know what I'm saying? Coleman.
Man.
Hey, look, man.
Nah, hit the, listen, bro. First of all, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Seriously, I ain't moving on yet. Hold on. Nah, I ain't taking nothing yet. No, that's beautiful, because you realize that being out there, it's an energy. You know, the times I've been out there on my own or been out there with you has been, I can feel it. I understand. There's a certain gravity about, especially what you're doing right now, that you can't feel like there's not another step.
Yeah.
And there's another step. And you know, it takes a special kind of somebody to see it. It takes an even more special somebody to take it. You know, so to recognize, like, this is what I need and not run from it. Yeah. That's gangster.
I appreciate it, man.
That's amazing.
And not run from it is important, because I feel like a lot of people, if not everybody, hears the call. But there was a time in my life where I was really good at ignoring God. I was talented at ignoring. I had an excuse. I had a good reason for so much. And it's like,
every reason was good enough.
You know what I mean? It's like, when you get tired of that. Because especially if it's the same thing knocking.
Yeah.
Like, how long?
So you again? It's like, yes.
Man,
yes.
Like, you can't run from it.
No.
you can't.
No, you can run and hide. It's going to get you.
I don't tell nobody this for real, unless people who I know understand. Like, I got close friends who I mean, they'll see it now. But, like, I didn't tell them, man, because J. Cole said, if they don't know your dreams, they can't shoot them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
I think even biblically it says that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
similar wording.
Yeah. Like, you can't let energy in that deters you from what you've been told.
Yes.
Like, this is for you. You got to go do it. Anything else is the enemy trying to distract you from that mission?
I believe it's don't cast pearls amongst swine. I believe it's like basically stop talking to people that won't listen.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the phrase.
You know, I'm around people who I say, yeah, bro, I'm moving to LA, and who know my situation and don't go. Man, it's expensive,
bro.
I can't tell people that. I don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and not because I don't know. I know it's expensive. You think I would go out there and spend $6 a gallon if it wasn't, or like God at my front door, like move.
Yeah.
You know, like
and you gotta move when you hear that, bro. Like,
bro, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. I'm mad I have to wait a year. I'm mad because it means it's gonna be another 12 months of you still going.
Hey, but
don't forget.
Hey, look, I'll tell you though, when you get those, you're gonna be grateful.
Oh yeah,
it's a weird feeling. I guess it's fair enough segue. I got that 12 months. I didn't know I was gonna get that 12 months. Thought we was gonna move this time last year, and I got that 12 months because she was able to do the school online. So she was able to do the school online. I said, "Cool, I got 14 months to get my life together, to be ready to go." You know, so that 12 months gonna come in handy. And and I'm gonna tell you this too. Whether y'all decide to fly, whether y'all decide to drive,
whether driving.
Okay, if y'all driving, when you put that last thing in the car, I'm telling you, we booked flights. That's when it wasn't real till then.
Yeah.
It was still like in theory. It was like when we go. But then it's like, oh, like literally when we go. And that feeling, bro, it's a unique one. Cause I'm telling you, like I'm 2 months to today. I got 60 days.
Man.
Out the door. Out the door. I guess this is like the theme. Like I'll say it. Fuck it. I mean, we out. We're leaving.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Yeah.
And with us being gone, henceforth this in a way, right? So it's part of why we want to come have you all of us talk, because want to let everybody, especially it's like, man, we put the work in, not just for us.
Yeah.
It's never really been like for us, if that makes sense.
I don't know.
It was like just this idea. It was just this like concept of we love music, and music is a great uniter.
Yes.
So we just happen to love what unites people, and then we built the space for that. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, as individuals, because I can't speak for the overarching sense of what's happening with Nashville music, because I think it's still incredible what's happening. But from an individual standpoint, there's nothing left for me to do. For me as an individual, I don't know what else that I can do as a person.
You've done a lot.
It's not. Well, I appreciate that.
Both of you guys.
No, I appreciate that. It's not so much of like a from a scale standpoint where I'm looking at it like, okay, I've done this and done this and done this, so therefore it ain't even that. It's just I'm looking at the future and I'm like, okay, like what can I really do in 60 days that I haven't done in the last 6 years? And I'm continuing to see people drop their first songs off of stuff they've done here, meaning that this place, even though it's 2 years old, 2-year anniversary, is older than some people's careers. Still, we are still people's beginnings, and we're people's 4th album, 5th album, and it's like that's just So we, as far as music goes, at the surface level, I can't even begin to explain to the people and to you as well the conversations that have just happened in this place. Of just the unity of people and the tears and the the genuine heartfelt things that are said. It's like we built a space. I was telling him earlier today. It was either Thursday night or Friday night. I really don't remember which one, but I was in here late. I might have been Thursday because you were here. You were here Friday.
Yeah,
you were here Friday. It might have been Thursday then. But I walked outside for about 30 seconds. I don't know what it was. I should get some air. I walked out, and there were about 13, 14 people in here. And my first thought was like, man, when we go, like, where will people gather?
Man.
Because I want that. We built this place without the idea of knowing how much it would impact people.
Yeah.
Had no clue. We were hoping, clearly, or else we would put the time and effort in. But, like, here I was like, man, this is, like, closer to being done than people may know. And I want them to know that it's not a, we don't want this to continue.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
We are just two individuals who, you know, his journey of like why he wants to go and why he needs to go. Why he needs to go is even slightly different. Mine was being pulled from an external force that was just simply my wife and her accomplishments and what she wants to do. I recently had a talk with her brother that was interesting. I've been feeling for a long time because, you know, she gets into med school and she's doing amazing things. It's just her job choice, she's doing naturopathic medicine. There are 7 schools in the North America that do naturopathic medicine. 5 of them are in the United States, and they're all West Coast.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? Every single one of them.
Yeah.
So when she told me that's what she wanted to do, I prepared for like, we're leaving. You know, this was 2 years ago that she's telling me this.
There was a time when he said that she's gonna go out there without him, and he was gonna stay at the studio.
Yeah.
And live here. I was like, bro, no, the fuck you're not.
Yeah, I was prepared, bro. I was like, because I
know he works so hard, bro.
That's the thing.
He works so hard, and he's so passionate with what he does.
I was like, you can't live here.
I was ready to.
You're gonna lose your mind.
Bro, here's my thing. I was like, only thing we got here is a shower and a stove, and I have a gym membership, and I bet you I can go find a stove. But it was like, you know, so but for real though, it was one of the things where I was like, man, I had that conversation with her brother, and we talked for a little while, and I was just sort of telling him at the time my perspective on it. Man, I feel like I'm being pulled out there, et cetera, et cetera. And I never knew I could be so open with him, which was a great thing. Man, he beat me over the face with a great line. It was one line. It was small, but it meant everything. He's like, you got to change your perspective. And I thought he was going to hit me with the just be positive and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, don't give me that, you know. But he was like, you got to look at it like you're going out there, and she just so happens to have something for her out there as well. And I was like, okay, I'm listening. He was like, you get a chance at 26 to start over. Clean slate. He's like, you can you can walk in, sit down, and be like, okay, what do I want to do for the next 3 years while she's pursuing this medical degree that she's going to take up 70 hours of her life every week anyway? You might as well do something, you know? And I was like, man, I really do kind of got like a whole new path. It's like, I can do whatever, you know, for my career or for my own passions or, you know, whatever I want. And like, I've never, for the first time in this has been a year and a half of back and forth of how I feel about it. Yeah. For the first time, I felt free in it. It didn't feel like I had to. It was like, oh, I'm choosing to go.
Yeah.
This is tight. Like, I really get to choose to go. This is what's up, you know? Whether or not the initial reason was my own, I still chose to be with her. I still chose to tell her, wherever you go, I'm with you, you know, till death do us part, etc.
Yes, man.
You know, it's like, okay, cool. This is what I signed up for this. And it's not so much of like, you made your bed, it's full of spikes, now lay in it. It's more of like, you made your bed, figure out how to be comfortable.
Come on now.
You know what I mean?
That's it right there.
So I was like, cool, I know how I got to do this. And I have to recognize that, you know, and you're married. Yes. You're engaged. Y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. I've been waiting to say this because it's been on my mind. It can feel really difficult, and maybe it's like this for, you know, the partner as well, but I can only speak from my own perspective. But it can feel really difficult to, as a man in a relationship, in a you know, cis, heteronormative, all that, just to emphasize that,
for sure, that
we can be selfish entirely.
Yes, bro.
Like about,
I was just gonna speak on that.
And look, and it's no dig. It's no dig at all, because I don't even believe that our women believe that we should just be selfless all the time. I don't think that. It's an internal thing where when we do something, right before we do or say or feel or whatever, the first person that comes to mind is her. And it's like, okay, how does this affect her? How does this affect us? Then you go, how does it affect me?
Yeah.
And you go down the list, and now it's not selfish anymore. You know what I mean? To be entirely and again, like, this is a small example. You know, you go to do anything outside the house, and not even like in a bad way, you need to be back at a certain time.
For sure.
That's fine. Stuff happens. You know how many times I had a session that was supposed to start at 6 and go to 10, that they like, hey, can we do 8 to whatever? And now I'm like, hey, baby, I ain't gonna be home until 12:30. You know, I'm really sorry. it may seem inconsiderate, but I have things I have to do.
Yeah.
Is that selfish, or is that me doing like
Now
Now
I gotta how I usually do that with my wife is I'm in a season now where I was struggling with that a lot.
Yeah.
Because when I'm locked in on something and I'm trying to build something, I can get tunnel vision.
Yeah.
But we had to get to a point where we had to have a conversation of like, hey, you have to consider, like, when you're tunnel vision, the cause and effect of like, hey, if you choose to do this, this is what you're sacrificing, or this is how it's affecting me or the kids. You know what I'm saying? And so
you got a whole other layer.
Yeah. So I have to get to a place now where when it's stuff like that, my wife is very considerate. Like, she's very easygoing. She's gonna work with me. She tries like to not give me too much like pull back with what I'm doing if she know I'm doing it for a purpose and you know where I'm going with it.
That's the kicker though. Is that word.
But you have to make sure you reciprocate that.
And that's the thing. So,
you know
so I'm gonna tell you that's
when
what,
it's your time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I lived in resentment for a long time. That was my problem, right? Is because I would feel like and I'm sounding way worse than it really is. Because the push I was getting was not that heavy, right? It might have just been every now and then, or maybe I'm working hard 4 or 5 days in a row. I'm not coming home till 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, hey, I miss you, like when you're not at home. You know what I mean? And I would take that as some sort of dig. That's like a year ago. This is before the marriage and all that. I would take it as some sort of dig where I'm like, man, what you mean? Like, you know why I'm doing this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, and then it would come up to, you know, we're moving across the country for her dreams, and all I would do was hold it against her. So you're talking about where it's like the time for the push and the pull. It would be like, well, why can't I do this? I'm up the street. You know, we're about to be 2,000 miles away because of you. And now, like, that resentment would build and build and build and build. And so that push and pull, I literally wrote, I don't know if you heard the cultural dominant shit. I wrote, it took me 5 years to learn how to push and pull and what that really means. You know what I mean? Like, to give as I want to be received. And that shit is difficult, bro. And like, I'm only 6 months in, and it's kind of kicking my ass. Yeah. You know, I don't even want to turn that into this whatever, but that's hard, bro.
Not for sure.
And I try. I really try. And even then, it feels like, you know.
Bro, the Bible says it's easier to be single.
Probably.
Biblically it says that. And I think about that scripture, I'm like, the big man is like, you better off being single. But the benefits of being committed, weigh so much more.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm sorry, the way that you said the big man said be single is just so funny.
No, it is
the
because
big man said
because
be single.
It took being engaged to realize how real of a nigga God is.
Yeah.
To the point he's like, bro, single life is where it's at. You ain't got to worry about nobody. Take care of yourself.
You can be selfish all the time. If you can operate in your bliss, like
if you're not ready to like commit to somebody, chill. Like, don't even put nobody else in danger. That's a real man conversation to have.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got to know if you're ready for that.
You got to know. And thanks. So, if for the same person to say that and be very real about it, to also say, but I put a woman on earth or a partner on earth to help you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Man, listen.
That's that's the kicker right there. That's the thing. You're talking about the flip on the perspective. It took me forever, like too long, arguably, to realize that I play sports my whole life. And I swear, you can ask anyone I play sports with, bro. The last thing I am is ball hog.
Yeah.
I pass the rock, bro. I do. I'm the first person to be like, that's a good play, and I didn't have to touch the ball to make the play. That's how I operate playing sports. When it came to my relationship, I was a ball hog. You know, bro.
Same.
You feel me?
Same.
I was like, does this benefit me? No. I'm out. I don't care. And I was like that at the very beginning of our relationship. I was like that for every relationship I was in before that. You know, that's why they didn't work out. But thankfully, she had the patience for me for about the first year and a half.
That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the kicker right there. It's like, it takes us sometimes a little longer to understand that.
Yeah.
But when you have a woman that's patient with you,
yeah,
that can explain it to you. I've had my woman break it down in a basketball analogy.
That's probably helpful.
And say, hey, I need you to pass me the rock. Like, you take it down every time you over here hot sauce and shit. You taking the shot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
pass me the ball. Like when it's my time, pass me the ball. Sometimes I want to take that shot.
Feel
so
me? Yeah, it took me a long time to realize that.
Hey man, y'all are preaching to my soul right now, boy.
It took forever because that and thankfully as she put it to me, it's funny. The first time she said it, I got offended because I was sensitive. The second time she said it, I was like, damn, that's love.
Yeah.
She said, you know why I was so patient with you when you would be like that? I was like, why? She was like, I saw potential in you. Ooh. And that first time I was like, potential, man, I'm it. I was like, what you mean? Like I really felt offended at first. And then like maybe about a year later she said the same phrase but in a different type of conversation. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, like that's crazy. Like what type of love is that? Where like
come on,
it ain't there yet, but you know where it can go, so you're willing to stick around. It's like whoa,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, so that shit, it just
man. Being business partners with Coleman in the situation, the emotional benefits he's had,
same.
I couldn't have predicted that.
Same.
It's a piece of advice that he's given me over 1,000 pieces of advice. There was one piece of advice that it messes me up. It messes me up to this day, and it's a constant like correction when I'm frustrated with mine. Mm-hmm. He was like, bro, we've been running a business together for like, I guess at the point like a year and a half. We finished our first year and second year in the green.
In the green.
Most businesses don't do that. We finished in the green, bro.
We gotta get a hand clap.
No, for real, man. Like we finished in the green, bro. And he was like, I think I was going through something where we was having a disagreement or whatever. And he was like, man, we've kept this business up and afloat. We don't argue. We don't get impatient with each other. If we do something, we know each other. For some reason, we find a space to have compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we don't fight, and we're business partners.
Yeah,
we don't have sex with each other.
No,
the people who give us that.
I'm glad that was clear.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, because that was the punchline he said. He was like, the women that we have sex with.
That's a good point. Look, I did say that. I'm sorry.
And that shit blew my mind because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's the way bro, it was a point in my life where I operate this business and took care of this place better than I took care of my house.
Same.
And it was like,
yeah.
Why? You know? Mm-hmm. Like literally why? And every day I try to clean my house like I clean this place.
Yeah.
I walk in here and take the trash out. Like I walk in here and do that. Or
that's true.
How is he doing?
Yeah.
You good? Do I need to carry the load on this? I'm like,
bro, and it's crazy. Even our communication, I can't. People,
oh my gosh.
Bro, people think it's funny. People are like, how do I book? Is there a calendar? I'm like, nah, just let us know. We'll work it out. Man. And it's a phone call, it's a text. It's like, hey, can I get this day? No, I'm in there. Okay, cool. Is it cool if I get this day? Yeah, for sure. And then we just have it locked down, and we just it's when I tell you for 2 years, flawless. I think there's been one time we had an overlap for like 15 minutes. Like it wasn't even it was nothing that couldn't have been polished or whatever. It's been so the communication's crazy, and having that conversation with him in terms of regards to how can that translate to your romantic relationships. For some reason, even with me, sometimes even still, it's crazy to think that switch don't always like.
Bro,
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but was it? It was either Imani or Lo. One of them. It was Lo. She was like, "Why you gotta talk to Coleman every day?" And you were like, "Cause we run a business." And it's like, yeah, Imani's made many jokes about like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we was on the phone one time. I was in the living room and she was in the kitchen. I think she was studying or doing something. And I was on the phone with you for like 45 minutes, and she was like, "I thought it wasn't gonna end." And I was like, "What do you want me to say? Like, this is what has to happen. Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, I don't know." And then the thing is, and man, this forgive me. I'll start this, and if you don't want me to talk about it, it's cool. But one of the only times I've ever felt a way towards him, I had to man up and call him and talk to him about it, because I was like,
important.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, is
that cool?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So
I was gonna let that be your world. So,
oh yeah.
But it's the only time I can think of it. That's a real thing that happened.
Oh no, and it was so early this year I got to work with J. Cole. He was in town.
Nice.
And I don't think there's many people that you've known for a long time, but you've never really known, and to meet that person in such a personal way, and he is like what he is. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful, bro. J. Cole's a great guy, and once again, Ron Gilmore, more and more, has become. I wish I could really, because it's more than a vessel. You know, he's spoke things over my life for the time I've known him so scary that they've come back around in detail how he said it.
Oh, my goodness.
This last time, I remember, so when I first went to L.A. and worked with Bobby, we were talking, and I was still working the construction job, and he was just hearing me out, me being frustrated. And he was like, bro, one day you're going to get flown out here for your own sessions, have your own runners, and you're going to be picking and choosing what you want, and you're going to look back on them times that you talk to me about this, you're going to laugh. Bro, I was in a session talking to the engineer at Prescription Studios, like, cool dude. And I'm, in my mind, I'm talking to the guy who works here. And that's somebody who's like, he wants to get to where I'm at. And we're talking, and I'm choosing the mic I want to use, the keyboard I want to use, and he would just ask me about kind of what I've been doing. I'm like, oh, no, we were talking about sports. And like, man, I wanted to play football, but I made a D, and my dad was like, out. And I was in a marching band. I was laughing. Like, I could have been in the NFL. And I would have been cool being on the bench in the NFL. And we laughed, and he was like, man, you're doing pretty good for yourself now, though. And everything stopped. He left the room, and I looked at Tim and Brian. I'm like, bro, Ron told me this exact moment was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I try to appreciate Ron as much as I can, bro, but like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man, to have somebody.
He a special dude.
Bro,
Yeah.
Here come the tears. But it ain't. It almost got me, dog. Almost got me. But bro, I feel so undeserving to have a mentor like that. To have somebody who like genuinely has only spoke highly of me. Bro, it's
even when you're not around, he'll talk to me and he'll be on the phone with people about you when I'm in a room,
bro,
saying things that,
bro.
Yeah, bro. Literally, no cap. I'll say yesterday we were kicking it at over Ocean Way. We were all talking. He was talking to Tate, the assistant engineer over Ocean Way, and he was saying, bro, I just overheard it. He was like, you know AB Eastwood? He was like, no. He was like, man, I'm cold. That's all he said. And it was just, he was like, yeah, he didn't be coming through either today or tomorrow. Da, da, da. I was like, damn, that's beautiful. He just be out here just
casually.
Just casually, bro.
Bro, it's been so many times that I have, bro, doubted the shit out of myself. I'm so hard on myself, bro.
I think we all have.
No, absolutely. We all are, bro. And we can't take for granted people who see what you are when you don't. And the magnitude of who he is in my mind, for him to constantly do that for me, bro. I can't, bro, it's just too much. But he invited me to that session, bro. And he invited me to that session, didn't tell me. He was like, pull up. I'm like, cool. I pull up.
Yeah.
Get there, and I don't play around with surprises. And I'm like, what are we doing? Oh, we're making some beats with J. Cole. Oh, we're making beats with J. Cole. Cool.
Yeah.
The nigga walk in the room. I'm like, oh, we're making beats with him, and he's here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Wasn't no time.
Was
to
the pressure
prep.
on you?
Nah, bro. Because Ron wouldn't have called me in that room if I wasn't an asset in that room. And I was like, damn. I know there was a time he wouldn't have called me in that room because I wasn't ready. But for him to be like, oh no, he's ready, and like I was actually effective in that room. Actually I could hold my conversation. I wasn't nervous. You know what I mean? And to still have it those was a couple of days. Have those sessions, lead those sessions, and be like, I'm gonna tighten some things up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't do pictures with people for real, because I'm like, let's just have a real moment. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh, this picture come back around. This time will come back around. I'm not worried about it. But bro, it was amazing, because it was also around the time when I was battling about moving to LA, and I'm like, but then J. Cole came to me. I ain't gotta move. But even God was like, no, that's cool. He brought you here, but that ain't what I need you to do. I need you to still go expand, but know that what I want for you is for you wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? So that happened, and I let Coleman know, right? Now,
hold on, it was real quick. I'm sorry. It was the way he let me know, and I already knew what happened.
Oh man.
No, it was the way he told me, and I already knew because he told me he was going to the studio, whatever, because it wasn't here, and he told me he was going, and I was like, cool. I thought nothing of it at that point. He just texted me my name. He just said Coleman, and I replied. I was like, "You working with J. Cole right now?" Look, and he was like, "Yes." Look, and here's the thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
oh no,
But here's the thing. For the first, because it was a 2-day thing, right? 2-3 days, something like that. Yeah. So first day, 24 hours, I'm genuinely just turned for him, 100%. I've never felt this emotion before, ever, never, ever. Because I love my people. I've always just been genuine. Whatever they accomplish has always been like, man, this is amazing. I've been genuine.
Celebrate your win like it's my win.
At all times, bro. At all times. Genuinely, he came to pick up a keyboard to take to the studio for the next day of the session. I don't even know what I was doing in here. I don't even remember. But it wasn't something I was like happiest to be doing. And he came pick it up, and I said, "What's up?" And he left, bro. And that feeling in my heart was envy. It was real. It was the first time I ever felt that about like a that's my brother. First time I ever felt that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm jealous right now. Like I'm not happy for him no more. Like I'm genuinely like,
because there's no bigger J. Cole fan than him.
Bro, since I was
I knew that.
Bro, since I was 11 years old, bro, I'll be 26 in June. Since the warm up has been like, that's my even working with Ron, the first time I met Ron Gilmore was like, what the fuck? Like, I know who you are. Like, you know what I mean? So even that was insane to me. So, you know, when he told me, and it was like, like I said, first part genuinely happy, and then like the next day, bro, I was fucked up for like the whole day. Like the whole day I was fucked up. Might have been the next day or 2 days later. I called you.
Next day,
yeah. Called him. I was like, hey, bro, I'm just going to be real. Like, and I told him everything. And he was like, man, I know. And I was like,
because I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't align myself with nobody who wouldn't feel that pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like you should feel like you need to be in that room.
And that's what it was.
And I know him to be a person to want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I also saw that opportunity for him to be like, you know what you need to do.
No, it was being out of it was the best thing that could happen to me.
That's what I was gonna say.
That was the best thing that could happen to me. Yeah, man. And you know what? I'm gonna say this too, because I was talking to Ron yesterday. Again, not even about this, but about the Ari shit. And you know what he told me for the first time? I told you about the Ari shit. How that was. Okay, for sure. So I didn't know that he was premeditated after the first day. So check this out. The first day goes so poorly because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to operate. Ari, being as sweet as she is and as nice as she is patient, doesn't mind, even giving Ron a hard time about giving me a hard time.
Yeah.
I found out that Ron basically went home that night and was like, all right, for the next 2 days, I'm finna just make it hard on him because he needs to learn. So he made sure that I had to learn in this way where it's like, you gonna be ready. Just got to do it, push. You know what I'm saying? And he just giving me a really hard time because he knows what fuels me.
Yeah.
And I talked to him. He told me that yesterday, and then he brought up the J. Cole session. And without saying it, it was like I left you out not because you aren't ready, but because you gotta feel that shit. Bro. And I'm like, man, you are laying it on me, like, because I'm sorry, because right after I found out I wasn't gonna go. It wasn't 24 hours later that I was on phone. I was like, bro, I'm going harder than I've ever gone in my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody ain't built like that.
But see,
that's the thing.
Right. That's fair.
For him to have enough respect for you to say, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
He know it's gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna stir that up to where now I'm gonna go harder than ever before and show you that I belong in that room.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, And that was the thing about it. That's what made it so impassioned. But it still all goes hand in hand with what we were talking about in terms of the relationship aspect of that. I don't even know how to always do that. I looked at that as a challenge, a happily open challenge to my, not even to my character, but to my skill set, to the part of me that who I am is this. Like there's Coleman and there's Mixedbycole. And when Mixedbycole gets a challenge, I'm going to do whatever I can to dismantle it.
Yeah.
If Coleman gets a challenge, sometimes I take it as insulting. And it's just, I don't always know how to, you know what I mean? I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it, it's weird.
I was gonna say though, that's also very important, and that shows like how much respect you have for him to even come to him and say, "Hey,
yeah,
I feel a way about this, bro." Like,
yeah, I
you know what I'm saying?
I couldn't let it simmer for too long. I talked to Imani about it for like 10 minutes, and she was like, "You just need to tell him."
Yeah,
She was like, "If you don't tell him, it'll come out way worse."
for sure.
It'd come out in resentment. It would have came out in like a weird session.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I remember coming up in Florida. We're in a room with a ton of people all the time, and like, I'm not landing nothing. What my partner is, and like I had no at first I just sucked it up and was like, I'm just paying my dues, blah blah blah. But then it was like, no, bro, like I let my emotions show, and it was then that Double A said, bro, don't trip. Your sound is just bigger than what we're doing right now.
Shit.
And it stung. And I was like, wow. And this is, bro, and to this day, bro, he got like 57 plaques. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He got so much of NBA YoungBoy catalog. My boy is living the dream that he been wanting. He just won the Grammy. He's living what he's been wanting to do.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
And I'm proud, bro. I'm proud of him. I'm so proud of him that I had to text him when he won the Grammy because, of course, I was like, damn, he beat me. He beat me. And I didn't want to say nothing to him, but I'm like, hell no. I'm proud. I remember where we was at. Yeah. And he spoke what I'm doing over me then. I got to be happy for him now. Mm-hmm. You know? And like, though that lesson is why I got to do the J. Cole thing.
100%.
It's why
you
bro. Circle.
Beautiful.
Unintentionally, the logo for Shangri-La is a circle. You know what I mean? Like
the balance,
bro. And so I know what he's gonna do out west.
Yeah,
I know what he's gonna destroy out west. I know the next. Like I can't wait for 3-4 months to pass. I haven't seen him physically to see how he's changed.
Man,
he's gonna step into himself. I'm gonna be stepping into myself, but I know he's gonna step into himself.
That's love.
His own domain.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna be him out there. There ain't gonna be nobody out there with the type of experience that he's had.
Yeah.
The type of intention that he has. It's a very rare thing in any space. He's finna go out there where the network is more lucrative for what we do.
That's a good point. That's a great way to put that. That's a great way to put that.
It's like, bro, we got in Nashville with hip hop R&B, we're very pro-am. Very pro-am. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but it is what it is.
That's true.
But if you feel like you can play, when you gonna try?
Yeah.
Like when you gonna really put yourself on the field? I'm excited for both of us to fall on our face.
Man. See the snarl?
Hey, man.
And man, look, I hate that that's true, bro. I wish I had the energy to fight you, cause I don't, cause you're not wrong, and it's nothing. It's fucked up because there's nothing wrong with it. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. It's like if something's not working in the way you hope it works, and what works is subjective. If you want to, look at that and say, well, something must be wrong. It's like, no. There's sadly where we're at right now. It's just a capacity, and that is objective. You hit a point. You've inhaled and exhaled as much as you can exhale. That's as far as it goes, and I can see the edge. It's like I said, what more can I do in 60 days?
Man,
that I didn't do for the first 6 years, 7 years, damn near. So it's like he's right, and there's incredible talent. So it's not the talent. It's not the talent. I don't know. You can blame it on whatever you want, but you can't blame the talent.
No.
And you can't blame the people, or even some of the people, you can't even blame the work ethic.
At the time of this recording, Taylor Swift is finishing her three-day stint.
3 days.
70,000 people.
Plus the field.
3 different groups. Oh, God.
Plus the field.
Yeah.
3 different groups of 70,000 people have come to see her, right? I saw downtown Nashville go all in for Taylor Swift. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Because I have so much more respect for her. Because her music I probably listen to everything, but her music never really crossed my thing. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with it. It's just never really crossed. I know a few songs. But to see that her power,
Yeah.
boosting the economy when she come into town.
Yes.
I DJ'd last night. The bar had Taylor Swift specials.
Yeah.
They were welcoming these people.
Man.
And every bar across the whole Broadway was banging Taylor Swift. The cover bands had to add Taylor Swift in their shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Crazy.
And so me seeing that and seeing Nashville, I'm like, this is needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is needed for Taylor. Like, this is, if this is built for that, I'm not mad at it being built for that
Right.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean it doesn't mean that I grow here though. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean like I don't have to force that space here.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Don't bounce a basketball on the football
That's
field.
heavy.
Because I was holding resentment to Nashville for so long. For so long. Because there are things that Nashville has not done right by my people, for sure. That's historic. We call this place Music City, and these people don't know why. If they knew it was Music City because it was black,
Yes.
conversation would be real different. There should be a statue of the Jubilee Singers downtown.
It should be.
Without a doubt.
There should be a statue of Dr. Kwame downtown.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they won a Grammy, it should have been it should have been a parade down Broadway. Music City's sake won the biggest award in music,
Facts.
but it wasn't.
Yeah.
I hold resentment for Nashville for not doing that, and I always will. But I'm not going to hold a resentment toward the business as much anymore, because I see the beauty in because Taylor Swift is appreciated here.
Yeah.
You can do something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that away from Taylor. That's beautiful. That's amazing. She gets to be 70 years old and
Yeah.
remember that.
For sure.
Her children get to be like, Mama, you shut the city down.
Yeah. Yeah.
man.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's incredible. It's
So where is that for us? Where we can do that? Where will as a producer who does hip hop and R&B, where will I be appreciated? Where I can impact a community in that way?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be here in time. It's not here right now,
Yeah.
and it's not on my time. You know, and
It's not on my
and my biggest prayer is for like me to go out there, stir it up, and be able to send things back or bring things back. Bring that business, bring that culture back so we have a commerce for our culture.
Man.
That's significant.
Yeah.
That makes people have to make space. Money makes space. If you ain't
Yes.
making enough money,
Yes, you talking.
Yeah.
you know what I'm
You talking
saying?
now.
Yeah.
You talking.
So like it's mission for my family to go out there and get what we want and be where we want to be out there. But bro, I love this place. I love where I'm from. I want more for the talent I see. I also want people younger than me, older than me, whoever to see and be like, bro, listen to that call. Your call could be to go to Chicago. Go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your call could be to go to New York. Your call could be go to Europe. Go.
Yeah.
Go. Life is. This is the scariest time to live.
Oh, you should.
Man.
What?
Yes.
Ain't nothing else to be scared of.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's terrifying to go to the store. It's
Yeah.
terrifying to go to church.
Yeah.
Fear is not a thing no more. Like go do that, man. You gonna live in pain if you don't.
Facts.
And I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put my partner through that. I'm not gonna put him through that. I'm not gonna put you as a supporter to see somebody you respect hurt themselves running from their purpose, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Like I'm just, it's not that. And look, there they go one tear. Here we go.
Man.
But
Man.
yeah, man.
Oh man.
Now look,
Wow.
it's I got nothing to follow, but just to emphasize,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just you said it perfectly. It was with the Taylor Swift thing, to emphasize it as well. It was the fact that you could see that it can happen. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It can't.
Yeah.
There's an infrastructure. There's a community, and there are people that were willing to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it is beautiful that it happens for her, and it is beautiful that it went in that way. It's just the fact that it's like they showed the hand. It's like oh, you can do this.
Yeah.
Oh, bet.
Oh, this is possible.
Oh, this is possible. You just won't. You
Come
know what
on
I mean?
now. Oh,
unless
my goodness.
it's something else.
Because it's conducive to the
Yes.
structure you've built.
It's conducive to the structure you built.
Taylor started country, went pop. Now it's pop country.
Yes.
Mhm.
She changed everything with
She
that.
can use this foundation
Yes.
to build that. Her fan base is growing with her, very similar to how I see with country artists. Country artists buy physical.
They do.
They show up to shows.
They do.
They're loyal and they grow with age with that artist.
They do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Realistically, hip hop is in our infancy.
Yes.
We celebrating 50 years.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yep.
We're babies.
Yeah.
Jay-Z is our matriarch because he's the oldest guy still doing it at a high level.
Yeah.
How many old motherfuckers are doing it in the country still?
Yeah.
Tons.
And they were doing it 50 years ago, old and well.
Rock too.
Yeah.
Rock
too,
bro.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we ain't even reached that point yet.
Yeah.
We haven't reached that point yet. We got to be patient with our culture, with ourselves.
Yeah.
But we also have to realize we got so much more building to do. But that building is beautiful. Because it was beautiful when Willie Nelson was coming up. It was beautiful when Johnny Cash was doing brand new things.
Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful that Bob Dylan, who I don't understand shit that man's saying, still has an impact
When
at an
you're-
old age. And I keep hearing more words of wisdom. I'm like, I didn't know he said that, but amazing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we got room to grow. We have to grow.
Well,
Yes.
Did you? I'm sorry. Did you see the dude who did the? Are these Bob Dylan or Jay-Z lyrics on a stand-up?
No.
Like I forgot what he read, but he said it. It was so poetic. It was so poetic, and he was like, "Man, isn't Bob Dylan one of the greatest lyricists of all time?" Everybody's like, "Yeah." He was like, "That was Jay-Z." And I was like, "Hey, that's amazing." I wish I could remember the verse. But it was like 4 bars. It was so eloquent, you know. He was like, "Bro, that was Jay-Z." But anyway,
Let me ask you guys. So, man, thank you for all of that too.
Yeah, man.
it's real.
It's beautiful. That was a lot. And man, I'm excited for what you guys do. Like in the future, just within your careers, you guys deserve it. You guys work hard. I've seen this man work extremely hard. And before I get to like asking you the questions, I'll speak on just from coming in not too long ago. Like it was a couple months back, like coming in here with, I guess I can say it, Qualls,
yeah, that's fine.
Qualls
Yeah.
recording this project.
Yeah.
And you know, he invited me out, and that's when I had my baby girl. So like, I took a break from like doing the pod and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I had got to a point where I feel like my creativity was like stifled a little bit, and just coming in here and just like the vibes, it really helped give me like a second wind and like just try to figure out how to like go harder. You know what I'm saying? Like I really needed that day, just coming in here and soaking that up, bro. Like it was beautiful. But with that leading into like what I wanted to ask you, obviously you guys just celebrated 2 years.
Yeah.
Anniversary of Shangri-La. Like, what does all of that mean now? With like the new transitions that you guys are preparing for.
Well, I'll start off if that's cool. For one, right now we're actually, to do the shameless plug, we're running a 2-year anniversary discount
For sure.
for folks because we want to get, it's for all of May and June. We want to get as many people in as possible. 20% off everything. Get 2 hours of studio time. Third one's half off. You can hit us up and DM us about full
get it off, man.
and half day pricing
Yes.
to get us in here. The both of us for your best possible experience. You know, I tell everybody he the best producer on the east side of the Mississippi, unless he's in LA, and he the best on the west side of the Mississippi.
Yeah, man.
And you know, so, and then you got me. I do my thing. So that's number one, just for the shameless plug of it all. Number two, it means that there's a good chance that for this space, this physical space, this literal actual space, that it's the 2-year anniversary and it could be the like last anniversary. So it's like, you know, there's a good chance. It's very high.
For sure.
So because of that, you know, want to celebrate. We want to, you know, explore the feelings that we got. Like we were reminiscing right before you got here, just off the strength of like the desk used to be over there,
man.
and this place was empty.
The walls weren't painted.
The walls weren't painted. We painted these walls by hand, bro.
Beautiful, man.
This was an office space. This was just an office. There was a fat ass blue rounded desk that we almost kept that was over there. You know, I mean, just, and what has become and the feeling of being in here for what it is now, even to feel the gravity of, especially everything he was just saying, for that to be said here, For that to be like, this is the face, this is what we're saying, this is what it is, and for it to be in this space, but what the space means. When he came up with the idea of the name for Shangri-La, I was hesitant for about 2 seconds because of Rick Rubin. But then I realized what that really means. It's a hidden temple in the sky.
Yes.
That's what it is. You know, people can't find it when they pull up. There's a reason for that.
Yep.
You got to be something to even want to come through here and be in here. People come in here, they say, man, this is my second home, bro. I feel so comfortable here. And, like, I love that we've created that space. But, like all good things, it's got to end.
Yes.
It's got to end. If the movie never ends, it's a terrible movie.
Oh, I was literally about to say, I think I've seen there's an issue with people about some of their favorite shows like ending in season 4, season 5.
It's like, bro,
Insecure, right? I love Issa Rae immensely because she called it before it got at its best.
yeah.
At its best, she was like, I know we could do another 3 seasons. It's done enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Knowing
Like,
that time.
Bro, don't not staying past your time. Dirk Nowitzki was talking about how if he could take it back, he wouldn't have played the last 2-3 years because he can't move his knees. That's staying over your time.
Yeah.
The damage you could do may not look like damage until later on. If we held onto this place for too much longer, it might not. It could make us sick.
Yeah.
Because it could be a leech, not like something that's growing. And if we feel like, man, we've done what we needed to do and let it go, and we're at peace with it, bro, that's a bigger victory than I can.
Yeah.
Because for the rest of my life, I can be like, bro, I own a business with one of my best friends. We ran it. We affected people. He decided to propose in here. I decided to propose in here.
Yeah,
Like
those decisions were made here.
Come on, man.
Yeah, those conversations of like how, when, where, why, all of that happened here. You know what I mean? So forever, it don't matter what happens. All of that was here. People have shed tears on microphones. People have sat in here and had conversations about
life, real life,
real
traumatic,
deal, everything,
and they felt safe.
I mean, look at this right now, bro. I joke about this all the time because it just makes me laugh. I originally went to school for psychology. I wanted to be a therapist. Like, that's what I wanted to do. I do it anyway. It just looks different.
Yeah.
It looks different. You know how often, bro, before the old arrangement of the furniture, that chair wasn't over there. That chair was over here on that wall. You know how many times I would turn around in that chair, somebody was sitting in that chair, we facing each other with a table in between us, and they telling me all about everything going on in their life for the first hour of the session, and I'm charging $80 an hour. I ain't no different than a therapist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we talking, and I'm really listening. I'm really feeling them because, man, artists are a special kind of people. I have to be very choice with my words, but they're a very special kind of people. I heard last week, and it stuck with me, and I love this, but creativity, and no one knows where it comes from. They're like, where does creativity come from? Creativity is just you flirting with madness all the time and winning. But sometimes, but sometimes that madness flirt back, you know? But sometimes it's you playing with it. And whenever you can play with your madness, you get to be creative. And so, yeah, there are times where that madness flirts back and gets the best of you, and that's when you need someone to talk to. Whether it's your producer and engineer, that's up to you. But that's what this place has become. People feel comfortable here. People don't feel like they have to make any. You know, people come in here sometimes, they don't make shit. They just want to feel. They do that. It's a real thing. And it's fascinating to see. And people just want to come in and be in the environment that they hear about. And I feel like it's important. You know, realization a while back was that it's not the space, but it's us. You know? And so because of that, that's why we're okay with it. We don't leave our body till we gone. We leave this space whenever we want, though, whenever we're comfortable. And we both are feeling called to leave.
Also, I think it's a pure reflection of the seasons that we're in, being committed men. There's a lot, and Zan, she had said something to me, bro, and it floats around me like a ghost every day. It's a game called like Are We Strangers or something. It's a card game, and there's 3 levels, like easy, more introspective, and really deep questions. Yeah, and you pull and you ask the person you want to hear the answer from the question. And my question, I chose Zan to answer it. It was, what do you see me growing into and what do you see me growing out of? And she said, I see you obviously growing into marriage and this new life, being responsible for somebody. I see you having to grow out of and having a hard time repossessing that energy only to one person. My passion is music. My purpose is helping people. I'm going to help people anytime I can.
Wait, one more time? One more time?
One more time? That was heavy.
One more time?
That was heavy.
My passion is music. My purpose is helping people.
That's such a...
And, I mean, the beauty of studios, I get to help people with music, you know. But I help people, bro. I'm the dude you call to help you move. Not because I like moving, because I know how stressful it is to move. I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're going to have a hard time giving all that energy to one person. Because it's hard for me to see somebody in trouble and not lend a hand. It's hard for me to see somebody in need and not, like, put myself in a position to help them. Yeah. I'm loved and respected in this city because of that.
Yeah. More than anything.
Nobody can really say much about me other than, like, he's a good dude. Like, he cares.
For sure.
And I care. But I'm about to marry the woman who I have to care about more than anything.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, that chops off a lot.
A lot.
Man.
And it ain't easy. And realizing that hasn't been easy. Realizing that has shown me this is going to be too much for this next level. And not to say it won't come back around. Shangri-La ain't dead.
No.
But AB and Coleman got to take care of our wives.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is more important. If this was more important than that, then we shouldn't have got married.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, this is the gift.
And we shouldn't leave if that's the case. You know.
Yep.
I would rather sleep in the studio, right?
And it's like,
right.
No.
Yeah. No, that, man, what? Real quick, I want to speak to the moving thing. Because I want to speak to his character.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about how everything comes back and it all fulfills itself. One of my favorite AB Eastwood stories, because I was there. I hear a lot of great stories and I don't get to be there for him, but I was there for this one.
For sure.
When he was moving, I went to go help him pick up some of the bigger stuff, like the mattress and the couch and stuff like that, just to get it out. And we put this, was it a chair or a couch, or was it both?
Couch.
It was a couch.
Couch
and chair. In the back, was it U-Haul?
Yeah, U-Haul van.
Yeah, U-Haul van. Put it in the back of this thing. We're driving, right? Going to try to dump it. We're looking for where to dump it. We didn't want it no more. Or he didn't want it no more. And we're driving. We get like this little neighborhoodish area. I mean, there's just houses. You know what I'm saying? And there are these like 3 or 4 people sitting out on a porch, and they have the door open. And they clearly, bro, hippies for sure. But they clearly had just moved in. Clearly, like there was nothing in the house. The front door open, and they didn't have a couch. So we like drive by him. We're like, look at each other like, hey, you know, and he looks at me and I'm like, yeah. So we back up and we're like, hey, y'all want a couch? Bro, in unison, they were like, yeah. Like, bro, like they couldn't believe it. So we get out, we give him the couch, and it's like, bro, I'm telling you, that's why everything's going to work out for him. Yeah. Everything. It was like, I got this thing I don't want or need, but I know somebody will, and he willing to give it to him. No second thought. Everything moves back and forth. Everything, a little bit of good in the bad. Yeah. A little bit of bad in the good. It's literally, I'm joking, but it's literally the logo. It's literally, there's a reason for that shit. Everything that this man is doing, look, I'm going to tell you this much, and it's going to hit home. I know it is. I've seen him walk without purpose and get shit done. I've seen him walk aimlessly and get shit done. It's going to be terrifying when he's like, no, I got a reason now. Bro, it's going to, no, that's going to hit different.
You know what's crazy, bro?
I made him cry.
No, bro. Bro, I've been trying to cry for a decade and a half.
Yeah, you told me that on the pod.
Bro,
all full circle, bro.
Yeah, bro.
We drinking the same teas.
Bro. I'm just like, I just knew this was important.
It's
bro.
all full circle, bro.
It's nuts, dog. It's nuts, man. I want so bad for people who really care about this music thing that we're doing to love themselves, because it wasn't until I really started taking care of myself this year with this, bro, that like so much has started to make sense, bro. Like I can't be of service in my purpose if I'm not taken care of. I was deflecting with charity to excuse myself from finding what I need to do to take care of myself.
Oh, bro.
Come on, bro. I will help the shit out of people looking for me. Damn. And when I started to help me, the oddest things started happening. There's friendships that don't exist no more. There's friendships that's lost value. There's business relationships that don't make sense no more. And literally the only thing I did was I'm just taking care of me right now.
Yeah.
I was just a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
And once again, Ron Gilmore, the vessel, in this room.
Every time.
Smoke. Yeah, smoking. That's what we do. We smoke.
You can smoke here?
Bro, he was smoking, not mind his business. And he was like, man, you need to be selfish, man. You need to be a little more selfish with your time. I was like, huh?
And he says a deadpan just like that, too.
Deadpan. Like, he didn't say like a preacher. He like,
No.
yeah, you need more self. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you need the time to be selfish to figure out what it is you want to do. Because he recognizes I can do everything. He was like, but you don't want to do everything forever. What are you passionate about? And, bro, that sent me in a whirlwind that landed me today. And I'm like, my last trip to L.A., bro, was the first time I felt like a producer in a long time. And I've been making music. Like I said, I got to stop making music. But I was in a space where I was doing the type of music that really resonates with me, in a space where they were respecting me for it. You know? I'm not treating me like a king, but they're like, oh, no, we know who you are and what you do. So that's why you have these amenities. That's why you're allowed in this space. I'm like, oh, I need to step in that. Yeah. If I'm in that for a year,
over.
Ain't no sky's the limit, bro.